We have some major updates surrounding the Red Sox and specifically their starting rotation, as now we have a third member of the starting rotation starting the MLB season on the IL. I'm here to break down the severity of Lucas Giolito's injury as well as how this is going to affect the starting rotation once the MLB season officially starts in just 13 days. We'll break down all of that on this episode of Red Sox Digest, but first, do remember, if you're a part of the 86.5% currently watching this video, not currently subscribed to the channel, scroll down, click the subscribe button. We do appreciate the love and support, so thank you guys. But now let's get to it and break down the major updates and how Lucas Giolito's injury is going to take a toll on this starting rotation, as now he is the third member of the starting rotation to start the season on IL. Now, I will say there are a few positives in this breakdown, and I know obviously one of our starting pitchers is injured, so again, how is there going to be any positives? Well, first, this tweet from Sean McAdam. Lucas Giolito was diagnosed with a low-grade strain in his left hamstring. Isn't being shut down from throwing, awaiting further word from training staff on the next step. So again, before we even get to the next tweets breaking down more information, this has some positives to it. Yes, he is injured. I understand that's not good. We want to be able to see him find a rhythm, as again, in the spring training game where he did get injured. It was his first appearance on a mound in over a year because of injuries. And obviously he does return. He makes his first appearance for the Red Sox, again, in a spring training game. And again, one pitch in, he feels tightness in his left hamstring. And again, the outing from then on out was not great. He finished that first inning and then did not return for the Red Sox because of the hamstring tightness. And again, we did break this down when it initially happened, and we got this quote from Lucas Giolito really suggesting that it is a minor setback, something that is just more annoying than actually painful, or something that is substantial, which we thought was a good thing. And again, it planned out to end up being not so bad. And obviously he discussed in this quote that he was going to have an MRI, and with that MRI, we learned this information. Again, a low-grade strain is pretty good, because if it was a high-grade strain, obviously he'd probably be out for a substantially longer amount of time compared to what we could assume he's going to be on the IL for. It'll probably be 15-day IL rather than a 30 or 60-day IL stint, which again is good because he will be back in just over 2 weeks for the Boston Red Sox, which again is a positive. We won't have to go so long with a lack thereof of pitching depth in the starting rotation. And again, he's not being shut down from throwing. Again, that means that, again, this is a minor strain. It is nothing substantial that is going to sideline him. He's not going to have to rehab and work his way back into a full level effort, if you will, in the sense that he's not going to have to go through a full rehab to get some muscle and get some confidence back in that left hamstring. Rather, he's going to be able to throw bullpen still, obviously not at 100%, but he will still be active. He still will be throwing. And again, it will not be setting him back as far as a major hamstring pull would be. So again, we'll move on and we'll break down this tweet from Julian McWilliams, as he goes on to say, Lucas Giolito will begin the season on IL according to manager Alex Cora, saying, and I quote, again quoting Alex Cora, "We're going to be tested right away." And again, Alex Cora is 100% right in this quote. We are going to be tested right away. And the reason being is because our starting rotation looks as follows. Crochet will be our 1, Tanner Houck will be our 2, Walker Buehler will be our 3. But then we have Quinn Priester and Richard Fitz rounding out our 4 and 5 men in the starting rotation, which I'm not going to sit here and say is a problem. It's great to see these guys get opportunity. Obviously, when opportunity arrives, you have to show up and you have to prove, hey, I'm a ball player. I can fit in the starting rotation. I could be the 4th or 5th guy in the starting rotation if I get the opportunity. And again, they are going to get this opportunity. And with that, I hope they go out there and really showcase their talent, showcase really the growth from last year to this year. And again, it's a great opportunity. Both of these guys are very, very young, very early into their MLB careers. And again, they're getting the opportunity. Make good with it. But again, with that, this is what our IL and really our injury list really looks like starting the MLB season. And again, focusing on the starting pitching, as again, we have 5 of them. Brayan Bello, obviously Cutter Crawford, and Lucas Giolito are the newest additions, if you will, to the IL, and they are going to start the season on the IL for the Boston Red Sox. 3 key pieces to the starting rotation all on IL, as well as Chris Murphy, as well as Patrick Sandoval, also on the IL to start the MLB season. We knew Sandoval was going to be on the IL. He will be on the IL until about the halfway point, the All-Star break, if you will. Again, that's a rough estimate as of now because we don't have an exact timeline on Patrick Sandoval, not Pablo Sandoval, returning. Again, he's been dealing with injury for some time. And again, when he does return, having a second southpaw in the rotation is going to be massive for this Boston Red Sox organization. But again, this is what the starting rotation is going to look like once the season officially starts. Now, again, no time to panic, as again, we got a bunch of different quotes and a bunch of different pieces of information surrounding this Lucas Giolito injury, as you will. And again, this will be another set of tweets. Lucas Giolito just spoke again, says he just played catch and felt 100% okay. So he's hopeful his IL stint will be brief and that his ramp up for the season won't be significantly disrupted. Again, something we alluded to earlier. It should be a short IL stint, something like 15 days. And again, he won't have to rehab and really get the engines going all that hard again, in the sense of he won't have to go from warming up, going to spring training, obviously suffering the injury, having to shut down entirely again, go through rehab, go through this, go through that, to then getting ramped up once again to finally get to MLB ready, starting pitching ready. And again, because of that, I think this is a win. And I know him being injured is not a win. But again, taking the small wins where we get them. It's a long season. It's 162 games in the regular season, plus we go to the playoffs. It's a long season. There's no way around it. We're going to face adversity. We're going to see a lot of different challenges for this Red Sox team. And because of that, get it out of the way early. Let Giolito go through this hamstring tightness and let him go through this strain of his left hamstring early. Come back, be healthy, and get some games under his belt without, again, starting the season, being shut down after a few starts, having to go through a long rehab, then trying to get the wheels turning again to then enter the season at the midway, just before the midway point. That would be a much stickier situation, in my opinion. And obviously, the injury could be more substantial, which would be even a bigger problem. So again, small wins where we get them. And again, don't panic. Look, the first three guys in the starting rotation are legit, substantially good starters. And again, Quinn Priester and Richard Fitts have showed good things during spring. Obviously, they have had a year to develop from last year, allow them to work with guys like Garrett Crochet, Tanner Houck, and Walker Buehler. And who knows how much better they are going to be on the big stage once the season officially starts. I would not be panicking just yet. If I were a Red Sox fan or a Red Sox supporter, again, I'm telling you guys, there is no reason to yet panic. We are still early on in this MLB season. And again, Lucas Giolito was paid for 2 years, $38.5 million. Don't panic yet. As of right now, obviously, it looks like a bit of a wash. Obviously, last year we didn't see anything from Giolito, but now this year, starting on the injury list, I understand it seems like a bit of a predicament. Seems like we're never going to see Lucas Giolito actually perform for the Red Sox in any meaningful stage. And I'm here to tell you there is still a substantial chance that he has the ability to do so. Just allow him time, allow him to come back from this minor injury and be a substantial piece in the starting rotation, which I strongly believe he has a chance to do so. Again, let me know down below what you guys think about this injury and how you guys think Lucas Giolito will perform for this Red Sox rotation, as well as what your thoughts and opinions are on Quinn Priester as well as Richard Fitts. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Red Sox Digest. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.